Hi, I'm Christine Staple-Ebanks. I am the founder and executive director of the Nathan Ebanks Foundation. The Nathan Ebanks Foundation is a non-profit organization that is concerned with children with disabilities in Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. The foundation is formed in honor of my son Nathan, who at the age of 9 months was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. And at the time we found that there was so little information available that as a family we didn't understand what the disability meant. We didn't know what to do with him, and we didn't know how to care for him. So in seeking to learn more about his disability and in seeking to understand how to care for him, we formed the Nathan Ebanks Foundation, which serves to advocate for the participation, inclusion, and empowerment of children with disabilities. I'm very excited to see the book Disability and Inequality becoming available to us, because one of the challenges that I found when we first started the work over 10 years ago was that there was pretty much hardly any information that was updated on disabilities in Jamaica. And so, for instance, I had no idea what services were available to my child. I had no idea that my child was entitled to education. I had no idea that my child had rights. And I came into this knowledge through the work that I do through the Nathan Ebanks Foundation, because we do annual conferences and workshops and presentations where we always seek to bring others into the country to kind of guide us into understanding how to treat with disabilities. What I love about this work is that it is the first piece of homegrown work in about 30 years that gives this kind of focus on disability. And it's not just on disability from a top level perspective, but as I saw in the foreword, you know, about the lived lives of persons with disabilities, and that really jumped out to me because there is a perspective of disability that is very administrative, that doesn't reflect the true situation and experiences of the people who live it every day. And so to see a body of work that recognizes that distinction, that it highlights that there is a lived life, and then outside of the lived life, there is a systems life, the policy, the education, the health, the training. And so I'm very excited for this body of work, and I believe that it will be a very instrumental piece of work, particularly now since Jamaica has recently passed first disability law. And so I'm looking forward to what this work will present in helping us to kind of wade through the whole genres of disabilities and to be able to begin to build a life of inclusion for persons living with disabilities in Jamaica. The book is also very relevant at this time to public policy because prior to now, there has never been any studies done in this area that has become public information. And so even as Jamaica moved to implement the Disabilities Act, there is now going to be needed information so that we can take an evidence-based approach to the work. At the Nathan Ebanks Foundation, we've come to understand that best practice may work in one environment, but it may not work in another. And so we're going after evidence-based. What is the evidence? What is the research telling us? And so we're looking forward to this book being able to shed some light in that area, and that will be significant even for the public agencies as they themselves begin to understand what the law means for them as a public body, what it should look and feel like as they design their programs and policies. And so I believe that this piece of work is extremely timely, and that it will benefit whether it is a parent who wants to understand more about the systems of disability, or it's an NGO that is now seeking to build out programs and services for persons with disabilities. It's a private sector organization that is now looking to become accessible in their products and services, or whether it is a government agency that is now looking to put law into place. I believe that this book has relevance for all.